What's up, YouTube? Trevor here from Trevor's Tanks, bringing you week 2 on a Wednesday. And let me tell you, the tank is looking hot. If you can notice, the algae is gone, everybody. It's finally gone. And this was a very hard process to do. Basically, I was doing research over the weekend, looking at multiple videos, trying to figure out the type of algae that was growing on my hair grass. Turns out that it was not really an algae, but it's a thing called Cyanobacteria, also known as blue-green algae, but its pure form is actually a bacteria. And that explains why my dosing of XL was not targeting it and killing it, is because it was a bacteria. So for days on end, I was just letting this bacteria carpet my plants like crazy, not doing anything about it, thinking it was harmless. And then I read that it could be toxic in some situations, so that freaked me out. I thought my shrimp were gonna die. I thought the whole tank was gonna fall apart, and it was just gonna be a bad time. So I immediately reacted to it. So guys, what I did is I took a brand new toothbrush right out of the box, came in here with it in my tank, and I would take the toothbrush bristles and slowly scrape it along top of the dwarf hairgrass with all the cyanobacteria, and it would catch it all, and it would literally follow it in clumps, and I would just keep pulling up pieces of the algae up to the top. I would net some out, keep pulling it up, repeated the process for all the hair grass that had the all the hair grass that had the cyanobacteria on it. So that's all removed. Then I did a pretty big water change, got down here not into the gravel, but I came right above the top of the grass and just siphoned out all the little patches that were left over and got any excess waste. After I completely cleaned the tank out, I actually did a blackout period on this tank for 2 days. I took the light off, put a towel over the tank, literally blacked it out for 2 days straight. After the second day, came back and I noticed that there was no more bacteria and it didn't spread at all. So that was a pretty good victory. And after that, I decided that, wow, the light that I had on last week was the Phoenix Fudre Planted Plus. It's a great light. I'm not going to deny that it's not a great light, but for this tank, it just didn't work, and I'll tell you why. This tank is so small and short, and I had this nice Phoenix Fudre on here, blasting it with light for 8 hours a day, 7 days a week, and it was just way too much light for what I'm growing in here. Pretty sure it's what caused it to outbreak, because I know cyanobacteria spreads through photosynthesis, so I was literally just allowing it to get as much light as it wanted, and it was just taking over the tank slowly. So what I did is I returned the Phoenix Fudre and went back to the normal stock light, which it's not as powerful, but I think it'll work out in this situation just because it is so close to the substrate. There's not much of a gap there at all. So I think it'll work just fine. It might not carpet as fast as I want it to, but it's a good price to pay for no algae. So the Mondo grass from last week completely melted. It's disintegrated. So I replaced it with this little crypt that I took out of my 10-gallon. So it's doing pretty well. I also added in a mono shrimp to try to eat the cyanobacteria, and obviously that didn't work. So there he is, chilling in the center of the screen. And the buried female is right here to the left. And guys, I'm pretty sure by next week's update, there will be shrimp babies in this tank. She's got to be so close. The egg sac on her is just huge now. You can see so much yellow sticking out. Let me try to get an underwater shot for you guys. So yeah, as you guys can see, the tank looks great on the inside. And I think next week's update will be great. I think we're going to have a lot to see happen in this tank. So I'll catch you guys next week. This is Trevor's Tanks. Peace out.